How are you doing today? Fine, I hope. I am doing wonderful, and I appreciate you asking. Hey, I've gotten a couple of messages in Telegram, some in Discord, and I see some conversations going on in the Chico Army Telegram, so I do have some answers for you. Also have some good old Texas blues for you. Not that there's anything to be sad about. The blues are really just a state of mind, but again, in an effort to make the world a better place, here's Stevie Ray Vaughn imitating the chicken on his guitar. Alright, let's jump into it. Alright, so over the past couple of weeks, and even as recent as yesterday, we got some hacks, some new hacks to tell you about, some scams, and a couple of updates, and like I said before, some good old Texas blues in the background. So let's go ahead and start with the most recent, which happened yesterday. Alright, so I started getting some messages yesterday on all platforms of social media going, what the hell is going on with Gen Coin? What the hell is going on with this coin? What's going on with that coin? And I didn't know. So I opened up my computer and happened to check my Wolf coin wallet for no particular reason, and I noticed that what I did have over in Crypto Hash Tank in a shared masternode had been sent back to my wallet, and I went, they stopped doing shared masternodes again on Wolf. And then I saw the message that you get there in that little channel for Crypto Hash Tank whenever you do a withdrawal, letting you know it was complete. I started to go into Discord, into the Crypto Hash Tank channel to find out what was going on. And there was a one-line message there. It says, it sadly looks like we're under attack again. Oh crap. And so I started looking at some of the coins people were asking me about, and boy, were they just getting hammered. Specifically Gen, Spider, Energy not so much. This coin Sapphire and the Crypto Hash Tank coin, they were getting hammered deep. I mean, those last two, they got hammered down all the way to 1 sat. ALTBET got hit this time also. It was a hack. It was the second one in 3 months, and I hate it. I hate it for the investors, and I hate it for the guys who run the Crypto Hash Tank, because they're both really good guys, and they're running around chasing their tail, trying to put out the fire of what's going on, and everybody else is going, hey, what's going on? What's going on? But basically what had happened is they got hacked again. Somebody went in and liquidated the masternodes and moved them all off of the exchange and started dumping a whole bunch of them. Now, I will say this, there's no really clues or anything like that. There's a lot of rumors going around. There's some people saying, oh yeah, it's an inside job. And I gotta tell you, after communicating and watching these guys communicate for over the last year, I don't think that that's the case. Now, I could be the dumbest person around, but I don't think that's the case. I think they just some unfortunate, unlucky sons of guns. But I will tell you this, the Gen coin and the Crypto Hash Tank coin, those seem to be hit the hardest, that and that Sapphire coin, but it didn't have as far to go as the other ones did. But specifically, those two got hit hard, and in the back of my mind, I was like, huh. And again, this is not an accusation, this is just a thought, but it sure seems funny that two masternode hosting platforms got hammered hard, and when you start to looking at who could do it, could it be a competitor? I don't know. I'm not throwing any accusations out there, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind. I mean, how many times have you seen on the news or on a murder mystery, you've seen it where they go, oh, okay, this guy was shot. Oh, this guy was shot in the face. That's personal. Or this guy was stabbed. Or this guy was stabbed 87 times. That was personal. That's almost what it looked like last night with Jen and the crypto #tank coin. But yeah, I don't know. But we'll come back and talk about this ALTBET because there is something, another story that's kind of loosely related to them. But it was a bad day. I mean, their Discord was shut down. There was one little thread within the channel that was active, and that's where everybody was hanging out, going, oh my God, what's going on? And you could see as people were becoming aware of what was going on, you know, their wallets were empty. Some people, like me, I was fortunate, I had mine returned to my wallet. I guess it was a fail-safe that happened. It's just not every man made it out alive. And I hate that for everybody involved. I hate it for the projects. But I really hate it for the investors, and I hate it for these guys because they do seem to be a good group of guys over there. Now here's the bad part about it. After they became aware of it, they tried to contact two different exchanges, Crex and CryptoBridge. And CryptoBridge first told them, hey, we need a police report before we can do anything like that, before we can halt trading and halt deposits and halt withdrawals. This ain't our fault. We weren't hacked, and we can't do that without a police report. So crypto #tank team sent them the police report, and they said, oh, okay, yeah, this is a police report. Now I need a court order. Now this is still, you know, this is still right after it had happened. I mean, adrenaline was still through the roof, and they're going, wait, a court order? The police just left. I don't have a court order yet. And they said, oh, sorry. So basically, they sat by and just like Nero, fiddled while Rome burned, and all these coins were just getting dumped and dumped and dumped, and they wouldn't do anything about it. It didn't make much sense to me because I know that a team can call the exchanges and say, hey, I need withdrawals and deposits frozen because we're doing a mandatory ass scratch or whatever, and they halt withdrawals, they halt deposits, they halt trading. Didn't happen this time, and that's too bad. It kind of pissed me off. Now Crex did the same thing at first, but when I woke up this morning, it appeared, I could be wrong, it appeared that the dumping on Spider Coin had stopped overnight, so it looked like trading maybe had been suspended, or deposits or withdrawals suspended. I mean, they know where the coins are, but just kind of, I don't know, you know, and I understand CryptoBridge's standpoint where they say, hey, the hack is not our fault. Yeah, but you know what? You sat there with your hands in your pockets while people's coins were being dumped, and you could have froze those wallets. You could have froze the exchange. You could, until you found out what was going on, you could have done something. But, you know, you didn't. And I'm kind of disappointed in you there. MCT Plus. Now I'm going to reach back here a couple of weeks ago. MCT Plus, My Crypto Trade, is a trading platform, a supposed OTC trading platform where you can exchange this for that, and you know, you set the market. It's a different kind of exchange altogether. Some people had sent some Bitcoin over there to put in a real low ball offer on Wolf when trading open, and some people had sent their Wolf over there. I know a Chico person for each example, Chico Army soldier in each example. One had sent a whole bunch of Wolf over to try to sell, and the other one had sent some Bitcoin over in an attempt to buy, and the night before it was to release on the exchange, they got hacked, I believe, and basically cleaned out. And they're not doing anything for the investors at all. They sent a nice little message saying, hey, we understand, you know, your situation, but hey, we got wiped out too. Sorry. And that was their explanation. Actually, that wasn't their explanation. That was their attempt at an apology. Their explanation, hang on, you need to hear this, but you need to make sure you're sitting down. All right? You need to, let me know when you sit down. All right? So, here's the story. This team was renting some office space. I don't know, in my mind's eye, I see a high-rise, right? I don't know, is it half occupied? Is it fully occupied? Is it a vacant building? I don't know. But they're supposedly renting office space in there. Meeting gets called, dude runs upstairs, leaves his laptop in the rented office, and during the time of the meeting, before he comes back down, somebody strolls into that office, stumbles over his laptop. Now, I don't know if he took it home and did all this stuff, or if he did it right there, if they came back downstairs and found his laptop. I don't remember that part of the story, but basically, not only did they find the computer, they also magically happened to know exactly what it was that the windows were left open, and even though they had never been into the back of the house in this program before, were able to go into all these different wallets and clean everybody out and either sell it or move it off the exchange. Sorry. And that was the story. Not some great hack. Hey, I went upstairs. Sorry, I forgot to lock the door. Forgot to even close my laptop, much less take it with me. And I don't know, man. That's a pretty big leap of faith you're asking us to take there. And maybe if I'd known you since third grade, I'd swallow that one. But I don't know, brother. I don't know. Maybe if we tried, we could come up with a better story. What do you think? You want to give it a try? Yes, they did take an office in a vacant building, and soon they noticed that strange things were happening in the middle of the night. Office furniture seemed to cross the room by itself. Yep, that was the hack right there. Fucking demons did it right there. Damn poltergeist. Doorknobs are ratcheting. Filing cabinets are being opened by themselves. Shit's being misfiled. Thrown on the ground. No respect for anything. It's anarchy. What's going on in here? This is actual footage, See? Shit's getting broken. It's just no good at all, man. It's just no good for anybody. They weren't actually upstairs in a meeting. They weren't upstairs in a meeting at all. They were in a seance. And what happened was they summoned this demon, this chick that was possessed. The horses are getting loose. The young chick is still screaming. People barking orders. Horses are getting loose. But at least we exorcised the demon from the girl. No sooner than we exorcised the demons out of that girl, we turned around, we looked out the window, and the waters were rising. They got cruise ships running into the Golden Gate Bridge. These people have been married 70 years. They're hugging their last goodbyes. People hiding under the table like we learned in third grade to hide from a nuclear bomb. Literally, we hid under a wooden desk for a nuclear bomb warning. And what really sucks is we were going to look at a rental in that building right there. it's bad. The waters are rising, kids are screaming, but we felt good because we knew one thing. We knew that your coins in your shared masternode, damn it! Well, what do you think? I think that that's a more believable story with a lot less effort into telling it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. That's really up to you guys, I guess. Two last things, and you already know them both. Number one, don't invest more than you can afford to lose. And nothing here is financial advice, and you've heard that and you've read that a million times. And I'm just going to take it a step further as we're talking about small cap masternodes here. Remember, these are the strip clubs of crypto. So don't invest more than you can afford to lose in crypto in general, but certainly don't put a huge portion of your holdings into these small cap masternodes. This is your lottery money ticket. So be careful with what you throw over there. And second of all, hey, if they ain't your keys, ... right? You already know that. And that's the downside of the shared masternodes. And I don't know if I cut this part out earlier, or if this was on the part I had to delete altogether, but I'm just not going to do shared masternodes anymore, or if I do, it's going to be a very small dollar amount. I didn't get hit in either one of these hacks. Fortunately for me, I wasn't holding what they were after in these particular in this particular attack, so I was fortunate, but again, I hate it for those that were affected by it. All right, I mentioned one of our earlier friends, the ALTBET people. Now, if you watch my videos, thank you. This was one we talked about over here. Actually, this was the second part of one over here where we talked about the ALTBET wallet scam. Now, again, just to follow up with ALTBET, they've still done nothing for their investors. No big news there. However, I did run across a pretty interesting thing on Bitcoin Talk, and basically it says this, that there's a couple of people that were on the ALTBET project that at the very minimum did some freelance work for this project right here, this Privix. I can't tell you anything about the project at all. What I will tell you is that I'm not putting a single dime into it, and it may be the next Bitcoin. I ain't doing it. I'm not going to touch anything that has the fingerprints of anybody that worked on that ALTBET project, anything near what I'm doing. You do what you want to do, you do you. And I've already been scolded and or blocked depending on the social media platform that we're talking about. But I'm not doing anything with these guys. You do you. Now, I did not talk about this before. I was talking about it while I had it on the screen, but I didn't mention it specifically. But I have had some people ask me about it, and so, again, not investment advice, but don't put your money in this at all. I have no proof, mind you, but I'm going to tell you exactly what it looks like. It looks like the scam that we talked about in this video, and I'm going to put the link to this down below, but I think that what we talked about in this video is what this project, 99 Masternodes, did. Now I had some money in it. I made some money. I got out quick. When it went from rewards every hour to rewards every 4 hours, I got out. But whenever you're in something and they start talking about collateral increases and rewards reductions, and here we need to change everything that we just put in the white paper 3 weeks ago because this is going completely different than we thought, and you've got the cheerleaders over in the Discord going, oh, sell your prices high, set your sell prices high, and then but somebody keeps dumping the market, and I think it's absolutely them. Again, I have no proof, but again, if your devs or your community contacts are not in communication with you loosely every now and then, you got a problem. Now I'm gonna give you two to keep an eye on for a couple of reasons, because these were both affected in that hack. There's been a lot sold. There was a lot stolen. My understanding is that there's still a lot more out there. So I certainly would not go and chase this one. Where is this one now? This one has moved up, but this one got hammered down to 1 or 2 sats yesterday during the hack. I don't know. I'd keep my eye on it. There seems to be a lot of people really into it. Rewards are pretty good right now. And again, it's one of the ones that got hammered in the hack. Before I would put any money into it, I would find out if those coins were in fact frozen on Crex. If they're frozen and there's no more dumping and they have them isolated, well, maybe it's safe, which also might account for the price going back up a little bit, didn't it? Yeah, it's gone up about 3%, but it got hammered down yesterday. That might be a good one to keep an eye on, post-hack. And here's this other one. This is Spider again. Now, I talked about this a while back. I made some good money on it, and it took a recent dip, and I jumped back in, and I sold it on the way up because I knew that they were having a collateral increase in the middle of the night, Friday night, Saturday morning. But I also knew that it was getting ready to dump because it had a huge reward slice at the exact same time. So I've been watching it, and my thought originally was, okay, if it gets down to 9-10 cents again, I'm going to look at it again. And I am keeping an eye on it. It's come down from 70-something cents to 15 cents. The hard part of that is how much of this is the hack? How much of this is the collateral increase? How much of this is the rewards decrease? Because it's kind of hard to tell, but it did take a beating yesterday, but I don't know where you draw the line on what's the regular beating from everything I already told you or the beating from the hack. Also, this is one that you should find out what the status of those stolen coins are before you do anything in it. But I do like this project as it stands by itself. Again, not financial advice. You do your own research. But I would certainly now wait till it got down to about a nickel if it's going to. There's just too many of those stolen coins still unaccounted for, at least that I'm aware of.
But you go ahead.